Hi there, I'm Paul Christopher. I'm currently playing Eddie in Blood Brothers at the Phoenix Theatre, and I'm having tea with Wilma. I graduated in '04 from ArtsEd, as a lot of people are from kind of either ArtsEd, Mount View, Guildford, one or the other, and I went into Starlight Express was my first job, which was again a dream show when I was a kid. Used to be a roller skater and stuff, so I did that on tour. The first tour that they did, Starlight, which is again now with Ken Wright. I did Fame, and Mamma Mia was the last West End job I did a couple of years ago. I actually took 2 years out, the last 2 years before I started Blood Brothers, to train as a psychotherapist as well, so I've got a random adjunct to my performing career, but I'm back, and I came back to it quite recently, and very luckily got this job, which has been a dream job for a long time, so I was very happy. Creative is a big one. I'm very spiritual, not necessarily in a religious sense, but in a more of a new age sense, if you like. I'm very dependable on my friends and my family. I'm quite sensitive, and I think I'm naturally an introvert, which is kind of goes against, contrary to the idea of a performer. But yeah. As far as rituals are concerned, the only thing that I've noticed that I've started doing, on the first show that we had, I kind of give a thumbs up to Mark, Mickey, who's kind of opposite me just before we walk on at the beginning, and he gives it back, and that's kind of the start of the show, you know. And then since then we can't not do that, because we have a bad show, so it's kind of become a bit of a Blood Brothers superstition, I think, for us. So yeah, that's a little ritual, I think. But the funniest thing actually was Craig was the neighbour. He was on for Alex, and the cinema seats when they roll on, he kind of has to lean back, and I'm leaning forward, and he leaned back, and he kind of fell over at the back of the chair, and had to wiggle it off, looking quite sheepish, and we couldn't control ourselves on stage very well. But that was quite funny. But stuff happens all the time, every day. I think the iconic song "Tell Me It's Not True" is probably my favourite. I love the lyrics. I think they're really beautiful. And again, as I saw it when I was a kid, I think that's what stuck with me, is the kind of the end of the show when everyone kind of walks forward and sings that song. So yeah, "Tell Me It's Not True." I think my stuff that I listened to when I was training, or when I was wanting to do musical theatre when I was younger, it was a lot of the American new school kind of stuff. So Jason Robert Brown, Andrew Dipper, Michael John Machishua, Jonathan Larson, that kind of composer, that kind of score. And I've not done that kind of show yet, and I'd love to. Rent's one that I've always wanted to do. It was the first thing that I got into when I was a kid. So I'd love to do Rent one day, somewhere, somehow. But yeah, one of those kind of shows would be a good one to do next. Spring Awakening is one of my favourites. Unfortunately, I'm far too old to play any of the parts in it now. But when I watched it, I listened to the CD for a long time before I saw it. I loved the music. It was so very different to musical theatre stuff you usually hear. But then seeing it, the staging, the choreography, the lighting, everything, I just thought it was really beautiful. And I think it's a shame that I closed so early. It was a big shame. I want to see that come back. Wicked, I think, actually. Yeah, because I saw it on Broadway when it nearly first opened in Broadway, and then I saw it in London more recently. And again, it's one of my favourite shows. It's a big spectacle. It's a big spectacle. It's kind of amazing music, Stephen Schwartz. Yeah, that's another one I'd love to be in as well, but yeah, I really enjoyed that one. It's far too many. But back to Rent again, I'm afraid. Seasons of Love is kind of, again, one that all the songs from Rent, but what kind of grew up kind of singing, and so I'd probably say Seasons of Love. Yeah. There's lots though. I love all the songs from Your Will, or any kind of Jason Robert Brown stuff, Parade. There's some amazing songs out there, but yeah, Rent all the way.